Alrighty, hello, welcome along everybody. It is the PSGL Livid Cup. It is time for the final two rounds of this 2-week championship here for first of all France and then later on Austria. Just if anyone needs a quick reminder of the rules before we get started, we will be doing short qualifying, or not short qualifying, one shot qualifying and a 25% race. They'll be done twice and yeah, two races. Gonna be good fun. Hope you're all looking forward to it. We'll have our teams as usual. I'll quickly remind you of the championship standings when I can actually get them up. I do have them. It's a 5-team tournament, as you hopefully will all know from last week. And yeah, let me just share some links around first to people who need it, because it's it's kind of important. This a lot of people take a lot of pride in this. So I'll just get that all up before we get started, because I haven't got all the drivers in yet anyway. Hello to people joining onto the stream. Good to see everyone. Now we've got Connor, we've got the ILRT fans already coming out here. Connor, one of the people who kind of mastermind the thing, I guess. Maybe he wants to pretend he's in charge. Maybe he is in charge. I don't really actually know who's in charge. You'd think I would, having been the commentator, but I saw Alan the commentator. Apart from that, I know nothing else. Well, let me just remind you of our race winners from last week. Then I'll give you the top standings, because we've got, like I said, 5 teams. We've got CRG, VSR, S2V, ILRT and LR, and the winner of the first round for VSR was Casper in Baku. It was a very close race with Jarno. It went right down to the wire. They were fighting away on the final lap. A fantastic race, and yeah, Casper took the first win for VSR that night. And the second round in Bahrain went to Jarno in the Renault, and his teammate Nicholas absolutely made that race. It was an absolute thriller from start to finish. Nico, as I call him now anyway, yeah, he just held up the whole field. It led to at least a 10-car train, and it was absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, if you hadn't seen it, you certainly would need to go back and watch all of the races after this one. And after all of that, the championship standings actually don't go to any of the two teams that won races, because as I mentioned in Baku and as I mentioned again in Bahrain, consistency is key. It's not all about winning the races, and I said it after round 1, and shock horror, CRG on top, only by a point mind you, but they're on 128 points, head of VSR on 127 and S2B on 90, ILRT on 73 and LR at the bottom on 47. And that is yeah, testament to everyone's consistency. We'll need to see how they get on tonight. Hopefully they'll take something from that, and we'll see who comes out on top in the end. Now, I'll be honest with you, I might not be able to confirm a winner tonight, but I'll do my best to try and figure out, because there's a lot of mental arithmetic that needs to go on here. If I can remember the points quickly, I might get them wrong, but every driver, 20 of them, as you can see, we've got 20, we're all getting ready up now for the short qualifying, or one shot, not short qualifying. 20 drivers, all will score points as long as they finish. There's 1 point for fastest lap as usual, and the points go 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, and then 13 down to 1. Means everyone can score some points. Means the win is still valuable, but it also means, as I say, consistency is pretty useful for you as well. And that's what's got CRG up to the top. And yeah, be good to see how all these guys get on. Let me just try and quickly figure out which team is which, by the way, because yeah, I do forget, honestly. So we've got the S2Vs, they're Mercedes and Renault, so remember that. ILRT is Ferrari and someone else, Toro Rosso. We'll have to try and find later. I think VSR or Hassan McLaren, aren't they? And then the rest of the rest. We'll work it out, we'll work it out. CRG are Racing Point and Williams, and then the other two, Red Bull and the other team. Anyway, we'll work it all out. We'll work it all out eventually, it'll be fine. But yeah, we're getting ready for the one-shot qualifying. Here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, we're going to show Formula 1 that, yes, you can get good races here. Trust me, it's possible. Which you'll see now. I believe it's still all set to clear weather, so there's going to be no rain or anything like that. So that's nice, you know. It means that we get some proper racing and don't have to worry about the rain getting involved. And I know in PSGL on Monday, so they got proved a bit wrong and actually rain. You know what? It's alright. Still, it doesn't mean I like it. Anyway. Hello to everyone in the chat. Nice to see everyone here. We've got plenty of people. Plenty of support for various different teams. And, yeah. Plenty of interaction. It's not bad for 10 people. Jeez, we're absolutely spamming this like. We were very active last week, I must say. It was, nice. Nice to see everyone turn up. So hopefully we'll get that again this week. So, if you're in here, let's get over this drill again. Do share them links. It just helps, you know? That's a good excuse for anything. If you need a justification, just say, it just helps. Because it does. It just helps. So, yeah, it just helps. We've got a few people talking French. I can't really understand French. I failed French in GCSE. So, unfortunately, I can't understand what they're saying. Right. Anyway, here we go then. It is the one-shot qualifying. And yeah, the other team, Alfa Romeo, completely forgot Alfa Romeo were LR as well, so they're Red Bull and nah. But anyway, looks like already VSR are off to a decent start. They're up there on the boards, but now as you can see, CRG Blizzard's up there, Ruben up there, S2V getting some drivers there, but then it's all going to start switching about. It's almost impossible, as I say, to try and keep up with this. But Blizzard, I mean, he's pretty quick, so Francis is already gone. Well, that's gone badly, and Sam, two LR boys already in trouble. But it looks like Blizzard and Nolan are fighting away for this. Jarno not really up there at the moment, although he is getting there. We'll see if he can catch up in the end. But Nolan on top at the minute. I'm going to keep watching Blizzard, see what he can do. But yeah, two LR boys struggling, and Yogurt as well down there in 18th. Nick in 15th, not the best stuff for them. VSR doing alright, all their cars are in the top 10. CRG have got 3 in the top 10, but it's all constantly changing about. And it's just impossible to keep a track of it. But it looks like Jarno is now shockingly finding some pace, and everyone's starting to swap around. Blizzard now on top. I knew it was a good idea to stay on board with him. Ah, so smart. But into the final corner, can Blizzard close out this lap? Oh, it looks like Jarno's had a better exit. If you're going to go by the timing screens, he absolutely blitzed it out of the last corner. He gained 4 tenths. So I'd love to have seen his line. Blizzard ended up only 3rd in the end. 1st to 3rd and quick as a flash. And let's get a grid then. And yes, that is my jet engine in the background. We can't do anything about that. So it is Jarno on pole for SGV. SGV 1-2 on the grid. But the rest of their cars aren't inside the top 10. Williams have got CRG and... CRG have got Williams and Racing Point all in the top 10. All their cars. Good stuff from them. VSR as well have got 3 cars in there. And then the 1 LR. Not a single car from ILRT. They're just sitting outside the top 10, as you can see. And Jonathan got disqualified. So ILRT and LR really are sort of bringing out the rear. As we've seen in last week's races, it is really SGV, CRG and VSR who are running the show at the minute. Remember, CRG on top due to their consistency, even though they haven't actually won a race yet. This could be the race they do it though. We'll wait and find out. Again, as you can see, nice and dry, because no one likes the rain, contrary to popular belief. So again, it's going to be a 25% race, which is just a simple one-stop, soft to medium, or medium to soft, depends on what you fancy. And yeah, that means we're going to get some proper good racing. I'm looking forward to this one. France in PSGL provided us with a fantastic race, if you remember it, in PSGL F1, which I commentated on. It was very good. It went right down to the wire with podium positions anyway. I think the win was pretty easy. But, I mean, the likes of Casper had some really good pace on its alternate strategy. We'll see what these guys go on, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're all on the soft, frankly. But no, we've got quite a lot of them deciding to go for mediums. So obviously the top 10 are on their qualifying tires. Outside we've got medium, 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 soft, medium, soft, soft, medium. So, yeah, only 3 outside that top 10 choosing the softs. We'll see how that works out for them. But it is Jarno on pole then for S2V, followed by Nolan for S2V, so we'll see how they get on. Can they make it work and get a 1-2? Because that would be fantastic for them. That would be 58 points straight away. And maybe their other 2 drivers need to get up the grid a little bit. This is where CRG have the advantage, because once again, all of their cars are in the top 10. And you're in the 20s until, what, 6th place? So, I mean, these guys, really, they don't have to do massively to get up there. Or not 6th. Is it 6th? Ah, I can't do maths. Probably the top 5, maybe. Top 6. Someone knows, I'm sure. Someone smarter than me knows how the points work. I know I'm the one who's meant to know how it works. But I don't. I mean, it's pretty simple maths, like. Ugh. And I've just got to mention it, just because someone probably already has actually, but just in case they haven't, Nico is starting on the medium, sorry. And like I say, if you remember his antics from last week, then that means he's gonna be that wingman again, isn't he? He's doing a great job though, for S2V being the wingman. It probably doesn't. And it probably annoys these guys quite a lot, but I mean, it does the job. It does do the job. So, we'll see if he does that again. I'm sure he was probably egged on to do it again, because it did work out pretty well. But these guys then all coming up to line on the grid. Relatively long run actually down to turn 1. You can see it off in the distance, a little crest, go downhill, and then we'll be ready to go. Sam will line up at the back. And yeah, I know it's incredible to see that Louis was dropped. I know someone's probably going to mention that as well, they haven't already. Louis got dropped for Ferrari. Rip. But let's see how these guys get on. Sam is on the back of the grid. Jarno is on the front of the grid. S2B locking out the front row. But who is going to get to turn 1 first? We've got the lights coming on. And the 3rd round of the PSGL Livid Cup will be underway when those lights go out. And we are away. Looks like a really good start for Jarno. He might well get away clear. But what about Nolan? He could have a bit of pressure from Blizzard behind. A few guys going side by side as well in the background. Turn 1's a difficult one to make moves though. We'll see anyone if they can do it. But it looks like these guys are going to try and stay a little bit clean at the front. Maybe further behind it's getting a bit messy. But at the front certainly it's alright. And CRG, good start. Sparks up to 4th. Further back, I know there's a lot of action going on here, so we'll see how these guys are all getting on. Nico already up into the points, top man on the mediums. We've got a McLaren off there of Lee. I think Nick's been off in Narnia as well. You can see his broken front wing there in Lee, so not good for VSR. For LR, already a car down pretty much, although they could stick the hards on and go to the end, I guess, but just never really the optimum strategy, is that? So what do these two do then, because they can't really fight it out. They are teammates. And, I mean, it's not about a particular driver winning the race. It's about the team. Oh, Francis has been spun round. 2 LR cars at the back already. And the other's not faring too well either. But look at all this side-by-side action at the top of the hill. Gets in pretty feisty through scene there, but we're still going to keep going. A pretty big scrap this. But luckily these guys aren't really coming together or anything like that. And they're keeping it clean, shockingly. I don't know why I'm surprised. I think I'm sort of expecting after Bahrain it got a little bit messy after a while, so maybe it will stay clean for a bit and then it will absolutely go completely tits up later on, but we'll wait and see. But so far it's been mostly clean. 3 cars in trouble, but apart from that, okay, that's the pit lane. I've got to remember that because that'll look like people are going off there. But yeah, Jarno leading from Nolan. But Blizzard and CRG in general, they're going to have to start put their attacking brains into overdrive, really. They've got to get themselves to the front if they want to keep this lead that they have in the championship. Or at least extend it. I'm pretty sure S2V are 3rd because only Jarno was really performing for them last week. So, I mean, this position is not bad, and they've still got all their cars in the top 9 of CRG with VSR sandwiching them. And Yeah, only got the 3 teams in the top 10. IRT and LR have all their cars outside the top 10 at the minute. Which is showing the trend that we've seen before. As they fight it out, IRT and STV, as Ruben tries to get his car up to the top 10. Currently in P12, but looks like Casper's got by Prinines. Prinines, yeah, that's a nice name. I'm going to go with Prinines. It's fun to say if it's wrong anyway, so we'll go with that regardless of whether it's right or not. Oh my god, everyone's French. I should have passed French. Right. If there's anyone talking English in here, I'd like your input. I can't talk. I can't talk French. Right, we've got plenty of people pitting. Is it for front wings or is it just tactical pit stops, I wonder? We'll wait and see. I mean, again, you can really pit whenever the hell you want, can't you? Front wing. Oh, let's see. No front wing. So it's just a tactical pit stop down. Going for the undercut. F1 Gamer and Onyx first to blink on that. As Francis retires, we'll see what that happens, I guess, as these guys come out of the pits. It's a very slow pit lane. I think it's the slowest on the calendar, isn't it? Or at least one of the slowest. Feels pretty slow. Okay, they've passed him. I've no idea where he's went. Is he went on the main straight or something? He'll be somewhere. But DRS is now enabled. These guys are now going to have this super long straight with the chicane in the middle of it to try and get some overtaking done. And yes, I am a fan of this chicane. I don't see where these people are coming from. There's no heavy braking zones. Really, I wouldn't count the long right-hander after seeing as a braking zone. A heavy braking zone for overtaking. That chicane is necessary for overtaking. Like, come on, people. I'm a fan of it for that reason. Because you're not going to get that many passes done here. You're asking to get murdered if you do that, pretty much. So, don't. Plenty of better opportunities, including the chicane. Just real issues that the F1 cars can't really race there. Did you see the F3 race, though? F3 in France was a banger. So was F2. And they could race. And these guys are going to show that you can race with F1 cars as well, as Casper and a few others pit. And we've got an LRT fan as we watch CRG get close to S2V. And the other CRG in this top 4 fight, just sitting back, waiting for things to happen. We've got loads of pit stops going on, of course, but we'll keep up to date with that. I'm just more interested to see how Nico deals with it, because we all sort of expect fireworks from him after what happened in Bahrain. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the straight again. It looks like Nolan is under quite a lot of pressure here. We'll ride on board with Blizzard. Not using the ERS. Someone ban ERS from F1 2019. I hate it. Oh, it ruins every race, man. Flipping put your ERS on, you lazy pleb. Just put it on and let us have some racing. Don't be so boring. It's not the DRS trains that are the problem. It's the freaking ERS that's the problem. I miss F1 2017. I was playing it the other day, and my god, this championship would have been so much better on it. I mean, it's not horrible here. We saw good races last week, but give me my Malaysia back. We've got more ILRT fans. We've got quite a lot of ILRT fans. As Blizzard, now is he undercutting both of them? He is undercutting both of them. CRG going for the undercut on the top 2. This could work out pretty nicely here. And they're not going to have to worry about other people pitting around them. I mean, Yogurt and Ollie. That's a pretty earning for Ollie as well. Can he get the sauce all the way to the end from there? Or well, we'll see. It's a front wing change there for Liam, who's in the pits. Is there a front wing for these two? Have they had a collision? Sable, we'll see. Is there a front wing there? There's a front wing there. Right. Blizzard and Sparks and Casper. Where are these guys all going to be? Because it's getting pretty heated, isn't it, around here? And it's all starting to get a bit close. But Blizzard has got 11 seconds ahead of him. And Sparks, not as close, but still ahead of the others. So, yeah. That's good from CRG. They've got to stick their ERS up if I was them. Just try and get myself ahead. Because I imagine that Blizzard has the pace. Whether Sparks does or not, we'll have to wait and see. The gap's 1.2 seconds. Could be a cushion for the guys to fit into, and it'd be CRG, possibly 1 and 4 or 1 and 3. That could help them, actually. I'd rather they weren't 1-2, because it means they actually have to race each other. And that would mean that Blizzard could probably do some wee tactics within the team there to to get his teammate up there. But let's just see where they actually come out first, shall we, before we start asking about who's going to be where. And yes, Nico is going to take the lead. Somebody panic? Do we panic at this? I mean, it was good racing when it happened last. We shouldn't really be complaining about it. We should be celebrating it, which is what I'm doing. Righty, here we go. Let's ride on board with Blizzard. Let's see what we see coming out of the pit lane. Hopefully, for his case, you'll see nothing. And you see nothing. Blizzard has taken this. And Jarno is going to sandwich in between these CRG boys that are 1 and 3. And looks like Nolan has been absolutely undercut to hell. And he's going to lose the position to Tactician as well. This is good stuff from CRG. They're really benefiting from this pit stop phase. Nearly all 4 of them gained some positions there. Tactician not quite able to get by Nolan, but there's still plenty of chances. But now, this is where we should see some team tactics going on. Because Blizzard now in the net lead of the race, as we see Sam now getting quite close to Lee. We see Blizzard in the net lead, and CRG Sparks, well, could they do some little teamwork to get all this closed up? Now, I can see some people are wondering what on earth happened to Nolan. What I can only wonder is that there might have been a bit of a hold in the pits. Maybe he slowed down a bit too much for the pit entry. Because look how close this all is. In fairness, Sparks is quite the way ahead. He must have been held up or something. Possibly a front wing change. I don't know what he would have hit his front wing off, but it's plausible. I would explain the time loss, but yeah, Nolan not doing S2V any favours there. As Sam gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But Blizzard leading the net train anyway. We'll see how it all develops. We'll see how they all catch up to these guys at the front as he sets the fastest lap, the Williams CRG driver. Nico, it's not the same situation as Bahrain, not by a long way, because he's absolutely nowhere near the front runners. He's not going to be a factor. He's going to be one who's going to be storming through the field at the end, if anything. So look forward to seeing him coming through the field, because he's doing a very good job on those mediums. Hey, McMahon's here. Didn't even see you. Hello, McMahon. Nice to see you. Sorry I didn't notice you before. Right, Nolan's got to start getting something to happen here. So is Casper, really, if he wants to win back some points for VSR in this direct fight against CRG. You've got to remember, no way through. No, he's pretty quick here, though. Is Casper, as Nolan slides through the corner, gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting it, and is starting to get a little bit impatient behind F1 Gamer. Is he going to fancy a move? Look at this up ahead as well. It's super close. Sparks has just not got the pace at the moment to make this work. And he's falling way behind. Nico pits. We're already at the halfway point of the race now, as Ollie gets a 5-second time penalty. Lee will lead the race with VSR. But let's see. Is there a front wing being changed here? No, it's something. Oh no, he's going to get held up, is he? No, he just gets out. He goes into him. Well, thank goodness for that. Because this will mean that Nico can really get his teeth into this when he's out on these new tires. Look at this lovely trade he gets to catch up to. Once he does that, he should be looking pretty sweet. I think he will catch up to it. This should be a bit like Casper in the PSGL F1 race. So we'll see if the same type of thing happens. Because if it does, he could be on for a really good position here for S2V. Speaking of which, Jarno onto the back of Blizzard. Is there a way through here? This is where you need your wingman, and there is no wingman for Blizzard. He's just got to fight this out. Mono a mono here. No little team tactics are going to help this one out, as Jarno just gets closer and closer. But once again, the classic, no one wants to use their bloody ERS. As Casper doesn't use his ERS either, but he gets by Sparks, who I worry might start falling in the field as Nolan gets a second penalty in 2 laps. It's super close, all this. and Nolan is, yeah, he's not getting through as quickly as you'd hope. And Nico is starting to close up on it pretty quickly, it has to be said. He will be on this pretty soon, as Casper just sits and holds this train up now. He's become the ringleader, and you can see that Renault soon will be in the background. 2 seconds behind Tactician. There he is. He's ahead of Ruben by the looks of it. I don't know if he'd passed him already or not, but he's ahead anyway. Might drag him along with him, but Lee into the pits. Look at how close this train is. Could you just imagine if there was no ERS, how good this would be? Think about it. Ugh. I want to cry. And if these two at the front, you know, if they fight too much, then it could be a 10-car train, and who doesn't want that? It could be, well, it could be merged into an 11-car train. The fight for third could be merged into a 9-car train once Nico catches up, because it looks like Ruben is sticking with him rather well, as Francis joins in his other account. Okay, fair enough. Just saying Francis, I think, unless we've got 2 Franci. Francis's. What's the right plural for Francis? Dunno. Right, well, DRS train has been made, people. It's time to get ready for action. You'd hope. Now, my issue is, as Jarno on the inside, didn't look like there was much defence there from Blizzard. He seemed to not be using his ERS at all there, but Jarno's got so much more. I felt like a light overtake that one. That's why I'm not really reacting too much to it. You'd imagine that Blizzard would have something up his sleeve, right? Right? I mean, it could. It could just be a nice move, but oh, it doesn't feel like it as Nolan fights away, as does F1 Gamer. Look at it, he's tapping the back at Onyx. Has he been told to let him free, or what's the problem here? Is he pitting or what? I don't know what Onyx has done, but anyway, Jarno leads the race. We'll see. Oh, Nico! Not got the best angle of that, but he has got past Tactician. And Francis lost everything, as it turns out. That's a shame. Prinens. He's gone. He's DC'd. He was part of that fight. He's no longer part of that fight. He's now part of that fight again. Yay! But yeah, Blizzard. Surely he wouldn't just let Jarno go that easily, right? There we go. They are whacking the ERS up now. They've got no choice. If that goes to 0, though, I hate you. I hate you. That's the problem with ERS. If anyone wants to know, that's the freaking problem with it. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. As Nico up into P7 then. He's really making this work. He is doing a pretty decent replication of Casper. And you can see the podium up ahead. Who's at the head of that train? Well, it's Casper, isn't it? He's got 3 laps at the end of this one to get ahead. Also, just noticing he's got that 31 on the Renault. That's a nice touch. I like that. We're going to get used to seeing that a bit this year. Hopefully it can win all the races. Obviously not Danny Ricciardo's one. Obviously, no one likes him. I don't like him. I like Ocon. He's Ocon. As Nolan is DCing as well. F1 Gamer gets by. Nico gets by. Is he going to fancy that little move into the hairpin again? Oh, he's going to nearly touch it. Side by side. Good racing there. And CRG, I must say, they're making great gains as well. They're now all their cars into the top 8. SGV only have 2 cars in the top 6. Or in the top 8, same vein really. But Nolan, yeah, his DC, that's not good for them. Nico is the one who's going to have to try and get these extra points. And at the moment, he's doing a decent job of it. It has to be said. Righty. Blizzard, you're going to fancy a move? Bud? No? Just give him a chance in case he fancied a late dive bomb. But he didn't. So at the minute, it looks like CRG are scoring the most points. Just because, again, their consistency. They've got all their cars in the top 8 are going 2, 4, 6, 8 at the minute. The VSR are going 3 and 7. As, look at this. A Gamer tries to come back at Nico, and SGV are 1 and 5. And 9. in that top 10. So it looks like CRG are gonna get the most points here, which is good. They've only got one more race to go. A massive haul of points is still available for that, of course. But Blizzard, he's gonna want them extra 2 points for the win, isn't he? Right, who's got the fastest lap? He's got the fastest lap and all. So I guess it's only a 1 point loss it would be to S2V if he doesn't get the win. But I mean, like, you might as well go for it. Boring. Bore. Oh, he's got a penalty now. Who else has got penalties? Because that could actually land in a bit of trouble, this. Oh dear. No. Okay, so Nico could be on the podium if he plays his cards right. If he's got enough grip and pace. He's just not close enough, though, is he? Just not close enough. Still, I mean, it's a very good performance. A very good performance. Nolan's ghost car, I think, was off the track, by the way. I don't quite know how that's able to happen, but it did. Blame the game's auto mechanics for that. And we got these guys just stuck in a DRS train. Don't worry, Austria's not like this, I promise. Austria has DRS trains with overtaking. Speaking of which, I can see one happening in the background there. Or at least a bit of defending. Oh, that's a nice switchback from Liam, but is he going to get that move done? Is he close enough on the exit to go for it as Nico and F1 Gamer start fighting away again? He keeps wanting to try that, does F1 Gamer, but there's no way through every time he tries it. And Liam and Yogurt and possibly Nick. Will Nick fly around the outside? He's going to back it off. He decides not to go for that. As we start the final lap of the race. Let's just in case something happens. It's not going to happen. He's got no ERS left now. He just doesn't know how to use it, evidently, does Blizzard. Knob. Right. Jonathan and Sam fighting away. ILRT outscoring LR at the minute. LR has to be said are looking pretty solid for last now. As Nick and Yogurt fight over 17th, you know. That's just the way it is for them. But they will pass Nolan. Woo! Right. Crunch time. Nico is panicking. F1 Gamer goes alongside. Onyx is just looking as he's looking forward to this. Oh, he's going to hit him. Has he broke the front wing? Because if he has, that could be problems. He hasn't. But Onyx, well, he was looking at his lips. He didn't expect F1 Gamer to not go for it, but he didn't go for it. And look at what this is doing. CRG need the crucial points against VSR. If Tactician could get by here on Onyx, that would be a fantastic one for their bid for the title. But instead, it looks like Ruben for S2V's trying to run the outside. A really good attempt, but he does not quite make it pay off. Tactician almost desperately looks towards the inside line, but Jarno is going to take his second victory in a row. He won in Bahrain. He's going to win at Paul Ricard with the fastest that to be. All 31 points go to him. And S2V, Blizzard second, Casper. Yeah, Blizzard kept second place, so Casper third, Sparks fourth, Nico sixth, 7th, 8th with the penalty. And look how good that is for CRG. Second, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Wow. And if that doesn't confirm the title for them, I would be very surprised, because I mean, look where VSR are. They're 3rd, 9th, 10th, and 13th. I think CRG have got this, and they haven't even won a race yet. So, CRG, it's looking good for you, but I mean, Austria, anything could really happen, right? So, we'll wait and see, but it has to be said, it's looking pretty good for the CRG boys. Williams and Racing Point look like they're on course to take this thing. But again, S2V just keep winning races. It's a shame. They've got Jarno. They got Mr. Esports Jarno. Mind you, you could argue that CRG have Mr. Esports Blizzard, but since he's I think like 14 or 15 or something, he's too young. So I mean, he's probably just as quick, really, them two. But oh yes, and CRG, they've got the consistency. All 4 drivers are absolutely putting the shift in, and it's paying off brilliantly. And let's just see who wins the McMahon Award. Just out of curiosity. Nick. No, Sam. Sorry. Sam wins the McMahon Award. I mean, we can pretty much give CRG the trophy now, right? If there is. What's the prize for this? Is there a prize? Is it just pride? Do I get paid for this commentary? Maybe that's not a really valid question, but... Well, listen, someone's got to ask the question. Right. Well, it's not going to be a new lobby. It's just going to be the same lobby. We're just going to sit in here for a while, chill out, and yeah, wait for the next race. So while we do that, people who speak English, because I'm not going to understand any French questions you've got for me, but if you've got any questions in English, then yeah, sure, ask away. Just while we wait for this, might as well give us something to burn the time with. Because, you know, I'm saying we've got nearly 40 people in here. By the way, stay! We've got another race coming. Just in case you didn't know. Well, the standings before this race was CRG on top on 128 points. And then VSR behind them by only 1 on 127. And they were the two that were in it, really. It was just a bit too far back for anyone else to catch up. And with that race, looking at CRG in the top 6, all 4 of their cars, with VSR only having 1 in there, and then S2V only having 1 in the top 6 as well, it's pretty much CRG who've won this thing. So I don't have exact numbers because we'd have to calculate it. And this is the last race, Austria. So this is the last race. I mean, there's a maximum of, well, how many points? How many points could you get then? Let me just get my calculator out, because I can't do basic arithmetic. I mean, because it's theoretically possible for it all to go tits up, but I don't think it will. 108 points, theoretically, in the final race. It's very unlikely. I've been asked for top 3 predictions. Well, my prediction is, first one, is that we're going to see Blizzard win the final race. Just because I'm surprised he hasn't done one yet. I also wouldn't be at all surprised to see Onyx up there. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Onyx would be up there. I want to see Onyx do well, right? Because I like Onyx. Is it bad? Maybe it's a bit of a bias. I don't know. Also, I want to see Nico doing his alternate strategy again. I think his alternate strategy antics here could play more of a Bahrain role. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how that all goes. And, yeah. Well, listen, everybody loves F1 2019. If you don't, you're lying. And we go in 8 minutes, if anyone's wondering that. I don't think that was actually asked, but I think we'll go in 8 minutes. Quite a long way to wait, so while we're at it, please do share the link. I would very much appreciate it if you all share the link out, because obviously that helps us out, gets us more people watching, means more interaction for me, means I get to talk to loads of lovely people, and yeah, means you all get to watch a good race. Share with your friends, subscribe to the channel as well, because we do league racing on here on a regular basis. We've got like 6 or 7 tiers. I commentate the F1 tier, that's on Mondays at 8 PM UK time. Honestly, it's a great league. If you have never really been watching the races, honestly, I would. They're great. Trust me. We had Italy on Monday night. If you fancy watching that one back, it's a great race. And we are starting at 9:15. I just said that. God's sake, Louis. Why are you here? You were dropped. Failure. Well, yeah, I should probably rephrase that. 9:15 UK time. Because Yarno's got a different time there. Because he's different time zone. I didn't think about other time zones. Sorry. I don't understand French. Help. Someone get that in Google Translate. I don't know if they're asking me questions or not. Or they're just talking to each other. It feels like alien language. Well, it is, because I failed it. Right, I think Connor's just going to stick the points in the chat there for the third round. Just in case you didn't need any confirmation. This isn't a fully official points tally. It could be a little bit wrong, but CRG got points. 79 of them. S2V got 58. VSR got 53, LRT got 29, and LR 15. That is a massive amount of points there for CRG. That would mean they have about a 50-point advantage over VSR going into this last round. S2V might well be on a... They're just not close enough. It's just simply not close enough. There's not enough rounds for them left. That's a problem. That is a real problem. So in summary, they've lost. Everyone's lost. CRG are your champions, I think. And that pretty much means we can sit back, relax, and enjoy a hell of a race. And that'll be coming up in 5 minutes' time. Any more lovely questions? Oh my god. Hey, Sol's here. How you doing? Everyone's talking French. I can't understand French. I can't help. Like, my language is... I got a D for GCSE in this, if anyone's wondering. And, yeah, it's just not good. Ah, you got Oshin in there as well. Hiya, Oshin. Look at you with your frickin' spanner. I want my spanner. What? I want one. Give. Ah, Connor, points. Lovely. So CRG actually have obviously extended the gap. I can't do maths. I meant it was 50 points to S2V. Well, actually it's 59. But actually the gap to VSR is 27. Still way too big, mind you. But I guess it's not over then. Maybe I just can't do maths. Yeah. Sorry. Ignore everything I just said about the points. Apart from that bit there. Yeah. You understand that. Seriously, Oshin, how did I get a spanner? Because, listen, I'm lead commentator. Surely I deserve a spanner. I'm gonna be a moderator. Seriously, this is annoying me now. Maybe I already have a spanner. I haven't actually checked it. Maybe I just have one. Let me check if I have a spanner. I want a spanner. I want a spanner. This is not fair. Can you tell I'm time wasting? Yeah, we're gonna go in 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but being the commentator for the F1 tier, is that not elite enough? I need that blue spanner. See, Jess knows it. Jess knows it. Thank you, Jess. Fight in my corner. I need this. I need this. Please. I think someone mentioned... I think someone asked in there, why is Jarno so fast? Cause, I mean, he's just a bit of an alien. I mean, he absolutely sat Louis down and ruined his life. With just another spanner either. Well, then again, she's not in this league, is she? But she should have a spanner. Everyone should have a spanner. I want a spanner. Give me a spanner. Ugh. Yeah, so I've got to hold on. I don't actually know what we're waiting for. I think we're waiting... Are we waiting for a Red Bull? But then again, he got kicked, apparently. Mr. I don't know how to say his name anyway. Got kicked. Maybe it's time for Livid to come back. Maybe that's why I was in the chat asking. Livid, come back! Oh, English. Oh, I can see some English. English is flooding in, but there's also French. You know, maybe this is more YouTube's fault. They have so many lovely innovations, right? Why can't they just do auto-translate? Because then I can talk French. Or talk to French people. There you go. I speak English, Antoine. Speak it. You could write German. Or you could write Korean or something. That would just annoy everyone. Or in hieroglyphics. You could talk in hieroglyphics. I mean, that could be a way of dealing with that. How to speak French? Just wave the white flag. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we are talking German now. Where's Nathaniel when you need him? Oh, Yarno won that last first challenge. I think even he's accepted it's over. I think even he's accepted this is over. Right, have we got Louis? Louis's in here. Good stuff. Right, we can get going then. We can go a minute early. Just someone ready up. Blizzard, ready up. We're here. We're all ready. Let me go. Or you can get Nico on Paul with the first to last challenge. That is also a nice suggestion. Yarno, I've lost respect for you. Speak English. Saul, if you're still here, can you please speak English? I need someone to speak English for me. This is getting ridiculous now. I need to have a conversation with somebody in English before we get going here. There are 36 unfortunate people here having to listen to me try and make something out of this. Luckily though, our wasting time period is over. We're gonna get ready to go. And now he's mentioned Aaron. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna resign. I'm actually just gonna resign. See is never. This is bullying at this point, people. Come on. Ugh. Why can't we just go back to simpler times? When I was taking the piss out of everyone instead of everyone taking the piss out of me. Times have changed. Times have changed. Ah, dear. I didn't even see that Louis was talking French as well. Righty. We can focus on this now. Someone actually did it. Is that Korean or is that something else? And how long did it take you to come up with this? And what does it say? I need more context here. If VSR got a 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd be very. Oh, that's a bit. It's a bit far, isn't it? Right. Anyway, sorry for the time wasting. We were having to get Louis in here. Louis is here now. I don't know why he's here, because he tends to get embarrassed in these events. Last week for someone. But, you know, just in case it goes well for him, let's... Oh my God. How am I meant to find him? He's first, but I'm sat in the midfield. And it's all gone wrong for Louis already, I think. He's down in 18th. Ruben's retired. S2V not off to a good start there. But, well, I say not off to a good start. Yarno on top, and I Blizzard on top. I'm going to have to slowly climb up this leaderboard. It is the worst, absolute worst piece of, Blizzard's fallen 7 places in one go. The second I get out to first place, he then falls down. It's the worst bit of the spectator mode, and that could be exceeding track limits there for Blizzard. His name's still up there. Yogurt's retired. We've got VSR up in 3rd and 5th at the minute, but Onyx is nowhere. I thought he would do well here, Onyx. Ugh. VSR, they're not doing this at the minute. We've got all the CRG boys in the top 10 again. And it is Blizzard this time who's on pole. Hold that. Toby's got the frickin' thing as well. Toby's got the spanner. Why? Come on. No one was able to break into 1 minute freeze, unfortunately, but it is Blizzard on pole. Then Jarno, Nolan, Casper, F1 Gamer, Lee, Sparks, Sound Tactician, and Liam, your top 10. LR and ILRT doing a bit better this time, but yeah, still only got 2 VSR in the top 10. And we've got all 4 of the CRG boys. I'm not surprised, by the way, that it's this close. Because quite a lot of people, including myself actually, did a lot of practice on this track at the start of the game. Me certainly, like I say, I did hours upon hours. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you did your PlayStation 2019 wrap up, and I just I spent nearly 400 hours on this game. I think quite a lot of that was on this track. I know it back to front, and I'm still crap at it. I was in like top 10 at one point, But I saw it before him slip. Odem's got very tactical. Not tactical. Well, was it tactical, but a way he would just turn up one day, ruin everyone, let them all catch him, then they'd take his spot, then minutes later he would take their spot. It was quite fun watching it happen on Twitter. It was even more fun being in the parties with them when it was happening. But, yeah, point is I fell quite a long way down. Toby's a well-respected driver in the PSGL community. And I'm not a well-respected commentator? Well, actually I'm not, thinking about it. I was snubbed of best commentator. No one likes me. Right, well, it's the same as before with the outside of the top 10, where we have got everyone on medium, except for 3. We've got Nick this time, Francis and Yogurt. Livy is going for a last to first here, because that helps, doesn't it? And look at this, Mr. Retired, Connor, who's retired. Connor, who made the incredibly intelligent decision of putting Aaron into the same commentary box as me for a race, and then all of his friends, and then kicked me. Am I still salty? Of course I am! And I don't even have a tick. Not even a tick, a spanner. Oh, everyone hates me here. I can't believe it. I'm going back to one hub. I'm going to just live in one. Well, I'm in both, but I'll live in one hub, I think. One hub's great. Austin's great. But I can't promote that because I'll get fired. So I don't want that. Especially after the recent breakup of the LRSA. Ooh, bit of a touchy subject, I think. Anyway, I've done enough time wasting. Ah, frick! I haven't done helmet review. Of course, my main feature. Well, apart from the McMahon Award, which no one understands except me and McMahon. Obviously, McMahon understands, or else there's no point naming it after McMahon. Duh. Right. Anyone got some nice helmet designs? No. They're not great, are they? I mean, they're not too bad. I think the one of the Ferrari ones is pretty nice. So was Sam's. I think Jonathan had a nice helmet design. I kind of have a guilty pleasure with that type of colour. Also Liam's. But pretty much everyone knows better than the generic Ferrari designs we get in the actual PSGL races. Here we go then. Louis on the back, Blizzard on the front. Bit of a contrast there to what we see in PSGL F1, where it's always Blizzard being left behind by his teammate. But here, CRG are going for the title. We've got 5 lights on in Austria. And we go. It's a short one after turn 1, but listen, Jarno's got a good start. Will he have a look in turn 1? He sits back and nearly has Nolan run straight into him as Casper tries to get himself into P3. Few cars going wide. Particularly wide Mercedes there of Ruben, but here we go side by side for the lead and for 3rd place. We'll see who gets there, but it looks like we're not having too many moves. They're all saying rather calm, apart from Sam. He's had a horrendous accident by the signs of it. Casper, he have the inside for the next corner, turn 4, but he's not going to go for it, I don't think. So these guys at the front anyway, keeping it nice and calm, nice and collected. He's going for that, is he? Not quite, but Liam just sits back for now. Francis and his gang of people are all having a proper fight here. Jonathan and Nick are the ones who are starting all this off and is holding this whole pack up already. Look how far behind they're falling. This has got accident written all over it at the minute with the amount of side-by-side we've got going on. But there's Francis on the outside of Nico. Not having... Oh, he's had contact and the front wing gone. And they're both spinning off into the gravel trap. And, well, I said that had accident written all over it. And Nico and Francis are done. And Francis with a 5-second time penalty for good measure. Oh dear. But let's go back up to Jarno. He's lost a bit of time there. The timings on the top of the screen are completely BS. They're not right in any way, shape or form. So we're going to have to ignore them until lap 2, I think. Louis, or lap 3, sorry. Louis is side by side with Yogurt. I think he's Joachim, isn't it? I thought he's Joachim. It's just his name's Yogurt now. It's a weird choice of name. But they're making a bit of contact, a bit of unnecessary contact. I mean, they are fighting for the wooden spoon, though, in all fairness, so let them do whatever, I guess. But Louis up into 16th then. He's already made a few up. But it's a good exit from Yogurt. Getting himself up side by side with the PSGL F1 title favourite. I mean, if he loses it from here, really, in PSGL F1, I'd be very surprised. And I'd find it hilarious. Right, let's actually cut to some real gaps, shall we? Because these gaps should now update, and we'll get a better idea. We'll also get DRS. But look at that. Blizzard has just emptied his ERS. Look at it. He's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. It's not 5 hours. Why am I watching P16? Because the fight for P16 was the only fight on the grid on that lap. Now we're going to the front to have a wee peek because we can, 1, see proper gaps, and 2, there's DRS. Okay? Trust me, my direction's good. As Onyx on the inside hits Liam and gets through. That was a bit naughty. And it's going off a bit behind as well in this fight. But so far so good then for CRG. 1, 5, 7 and 8. A good start. Ugh. Imagine questioning my broadcasting style, honestly. Just let me do my thing. I can see gaps. I can see that there's nothing going to happen at the front thanks to these people having no ability to race. Trust me. I know what I'm doing here. I think. Do tell me if you disagree. I know you already have, but now we're talking. Oh, God. This chat, man. I love this chat, but at the same time I kind of hate this chat. Right. I love it, but they also don't like me, so it's a bit of a tough time here. Right, Nico, penalty. His day just gets worse. Unfortunately, you don't want me to look at the fight for 16th, which is ongoing, but, yeah. Let's just peek back, because I think there's a bit more happening at the hairpin. It's all gone a bit crazy. These guys are 3 wide on the apex. That was a bit tight, but they're making it work, because Lee, as well, gets himself up by F1 Gamer, which is good for VSR. They need to keep these up, but it's just not quite enough at the minute. Cutting back and forth between these guys. There's plenty of good fights on this grid, and at the minute, Onyx being down in 15th, he's also got a broken front wing. I just don't see any way that CRG don't win this thing, unless it's for yellow flags. Hold on a minute. Is that early pit stops? They did this earlier. It worked out quite well for them then. But who's the yellow flag? Yogurt. Yogurt was the yellow flag. Right, so we've got 2 pitters again from the CRG team. This might force these guys into a bit more fighting. They might need it. So turn that ERS off. I mean, has he not noticed he's got loads? Like, is he that stupid? Come on, stick that ERS on. Let's go. Jarno. And this is why I watch the midfield, people. Because this happens. I miss it. Because the good stuff happens up here. Where is he? He's absolutely, completely mucked that up, has Liam. I don't know how he's done that. Jorg's pitted and retired, I think. But how on earth has Liam got there? So I think what we can gain from this is don't tell me how to do my job. As Blizzard doesn't pit, nor does Jarno or the rest of them. So it does seem like a rather ambitious undercut. As Nick gets overtaken on the inside by Ruben. That's a difficult move to make stick, but he's done it. Meanwhile, Jarno, sure he's going to use the ERS now. Here he goes for the lead of the race. For S2B, he wants 3 in a row, and he's going to get the lead, but Will Nolan gets 2nd place. He's looking on the outside. That looks a bit late on the brakes from Blizzard. There could be a good chance of an undercut there on the exit, but there's nothing that can be done. Blizzard is now on the ERS. He's fancying a little look on Jarno. Will he go for it into turn 4? No. Again, consistency is where it's at, I guess, for Blizzard and CRG, because they know what they need to do. They know they're doing it at the minute. As Yogurt leaves the session and so exits the title, or exits the championship. Not that he was already, out of it, but you know what I mean. Says goodbye. Right. Are we all going to be pitting this lap then? Feels a bit early thinking about it for F1 Gamer and Tactician. Looking at how many laps we've got. As Tactician leaves the session. Right, that's quite a disastrous lap for the CRG team. As Casper goes for the undercut. That could be a very good undercut, He could take the lead through that quite easily. Oh no! Was there any damage there? There wasn't any damage, but that was a big hit for Nolan into Blizzard. Luckily no one had any incidents, but it was a penalty for Nolan as Sparks pits as well. So CRG only have 1 car left to pit. and he is in the middle of a fight for the race lead. But this, yeah. F1 Gamer and Sparks have come out pretty close. Tactician is gone. We're down to 3 CRG drivers. Luckily for these guys, they've come out ahead of Nico, so they're not going to have to worry about him for now. For now, I'm saying. You never know, he could come back, but I don't think he will. He's on 6-lap old mediums compared to these new and 2-lap old mediums. I'm not going to say that. You think you're funny? You're not funny? Leave. See ya. Does that get the point across? Sorry, I'm sure you know what message I'm talking about if you're looking at the chat, but if you don't, then it's no offense to any drivers. There's nothing against them, trust me. As Nolan pits for hards, so he doesn't seem to think that these tires are going to get to the end. The mediums. I've already made a mistake on his tyre choice. It feels like a more likely thing. Benzo Swanzo, honestly. Who do you think you are? Right, Casper. Is he going to get himself up ahead of Nolan? Yes. Well, Nolan of course gets DRS, doesn't he? Because he was in the detection point. Seems a rather odd situation, but he does get it. Sorry, I'm going to quickly check that's the leaders. It's not the leaders. Right, we'll go back to these guys now. Casper side by side and ahead of Nolan, but Nolan looking for where to go, but I just don't see how the strategy works on these tyres. He must have done it by accident. Now, Blizzard is on the back of Louis. As Francis gets a penalty and Onyx just gets by a tactician. So it's one apiece really for drivers not doing well for their respective teams in this finale. So I mean, it sort of balances itself out. Lee pits. But Blizzard does not want to be stuck behind his teammate from the F1s here for too long. As Ruben pits as well. Here comes Blizzard up towards turn 1. He'll get it done long before the corner. And there we go. Ruben there is going to come out in 14th place. Oh, Louis got that by, has he? Oh, look at him. Feisty. Feisty. This helps Jarno out quite a lot. Also helps out Casper. But honestly, what CRG need is to see these two come together. But that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one coming together. That's Louis. We needed it to be Blizzard if you were a VSR fan. We knew the collision was coming, so I decided to take the grandstand seats. And Louis, well, I haven't done any damage, but it was inevitable. They were going to kill each other, weren't they? Is there any damage to Blizzard, though? I don't think there will be. There's not. There's not. And the top 4 have all pitted, so we'll see why Jarno comes out. Feels to me like Jarno's going to have a pretty comfortable lead. You can't see the Williams yet. There he is. Finally arriving on the scene. I just don't see how Blizzard can get him, because he would have lost the time, surely. But it looks like on the exit it'll be a drag race, won't it? But actually, Jarno's actually not had the best run. So even though he got held up, Blizzard still actually comes out in the lead. Does Casper fancy a look on Jarno to take advantage this early on, or is he just going to sit back and wait? I think everyone's just going to sit back and wait because no one's using their frickin' ERS again. I will never support ERS in a Formula 1 game. There you go. I'm going to say, or at least I'm not on this Formula 1 game. Because in the last Formula 1 game, it was actually shockingly pretty nice to drive with ERS. Here, it just annoys me. Oh dear. Nico has hit Jonathan. And Nick gets through as well. And Nick's trying to get 2 for 1 here on the inside. And Jonathan still wants some more as well. Bit of contact in the gravel goes Nico, and that's some sweet, sweet revenge. As Jarno gets a penalty, he's still right with this though. As Nico, yeah, he's left the session. Not really surprised there. Blizzard and Jarno taking a nice wide line, and Casper taking the quick line. So, Jarno's going to go for this, but I'm going to sit back again. Have a look at Casper's point of view. Will he go for it? Because these two might get pretty competitive, I reckon. And Casper just not with the best line there, though. He's taking the inside line like that. Not really the best way of going about it. But Jarno side by side with Blizzard again and getting a bit of deja vu with Louis. But these two, I don't think they're going to crash into each other. They've got good respect for each other, don't they? As they go up the hill. Blizzard outside now. It looks like Jarno's done the job here, and Blizzard has just let himself get overtaken again. He's just no match for Jarno. Unfortunately, the rest of S2V, frankly, aren't good enough, as it turns out, to help them with a championship fight. Doesn't look at the minute, by the way, that Nolan's hard tyre choice is working, but you never know at the end of the race. Could the mediums drop off? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see how Prinanez gets on with these softs, because if he can get by Louis, then he could join these guys soon. We'll see what pace he's got. We've cracked the big 50. Hey, hello. Lee has got by Nolan, so yeah, if his tyres are going to come in, they need to come in soon, because it's starting to get a bit dodgy, isn't it? But yeah, and we've dropped under 50 again. That didn't last too long. Come back. Nolan's trying to come back, but he's not going to have the grip, is he, on the exit? Not enough, anyway. This is not working. This is not working for him. And look at this, Louis starting to get a bit swallowed up. He's got his ILRT teammate next to try and have a go on him once Ruben gets through, which he does beautifully. Very nice move. And oh, look at that, Louis being nice and kind, letting his ILRT teammate through. What a kind young gentleman. Right, people. You've got ERS, use it. I know actually that Yarn's got more. So actually, I'm just going to say it now, I understand if he doesn't use it. But he is using it now. So, someone tell me how these people work ERS. This is why I left League Racing, okay? Yes, I know I've come back, but don't tell anyone that. This is why I originally left. I just hate it. It was ILR for Britain. It just annoyed me. And I just left straight as I thought, nope, not happening. No, not racing like this again. That was horrendously boring. I just don't know how these guys use their ERS. Simple as. And yes, you may be noticing that I'm just not pointing out the championship anymore, because it's CRGs. Unless it absolutely goes tits up, they're finishing 2nd, 6th and 7th, while VSR are only 3rd and 4th and 8th. It's just not making enough points back. It simply isn't making the points. Croissants. What about croissants? I like croissants. They're tasty. Will Jarno get DRS? He will get DRS. Well, that's just going to annoy Blizzard even more, isn't it? Because Jarno got DRS off Nico, his ghost car. Will Blizzard try and scare Jarno? Please? For me? I don't think he is. Ah, it'd be so nice to see a nice dive bomb every now and then, you know? But here's Nick now going on the inside. Or on the outside, sorry, or Jonathan. He'll go for the exit now. That's what I was expecting like the Blizzard to do. Get the outside line. Don't do that though. That's not ideal. That's also not ideal. Don't be doing that either. Nick giving us there a good lesson in how not to drive a car. Same with Francis there. He's just gone off the track. Red Bull are having an awful lap. Or at least what I class as an awful lap. Right then, Blizzard. You haven't got long left now. You've got 4 laps in this championship. I wonder if Casper's going to be a bit of a dark horse here and just take them all by storm in the closing stages. Blizzard, take the wide. You wouldn't think he's a quick driver with intelligence, would you? You'd think he's a quick driver who just doesn't want to pass. Why don't you want to pass him? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, like I say, maybe this is why I don't league race properly anymore, but like, if it's me in a situation, I'm passing this guy. Maybe he wants to wait till lap 18 so that Jarno can't get the DRS back on him. That's the only thing that I could sort of see about this, which would make sense, I guess. As Nick, Red Bull just get worse, doesn't it? Ugh. Rip Nick. Right then, 3 to go. So, yeah. I'm hoping Blizzard's intelligence I'm hoping he's on the same wavelength as what I think he's doing, which is waiting until lap 18 and then going for it. And then Casper's probably being even more intelligent, just waiting for them two to crash, and then he'll just nip through and pick up the pieces. Here comes VSR trying to get some crucial points back on CRG, just in case it all goes wrong between the top two. That could possibly help VSR win this thing, so they need as many points as possible, and they're trying to fight away side by side. Crinan's on the outside now, getting by Gamer, or is he just going to be nudged off? He's going to be nudged, but the nudging is actually kept in side by side, and he'll now have the inside line, and he will get through. That could help. That could be crucial, because now Ruben's on the back, and like I say, if it all goes on between the top two, it's VSR 1, 2, 4 suddenly, and that could affect the points. I don't have the exact points in front of me. That's the issue. I don't know what it would do. I would genuinely need to get confirmation from Connor after this. I'm sure he's furiously calculating what might happen, what might not happen. But this fight here and the lead fight are very important, and it should all get resolved on the next lap. Now, let me just quickly set penalties. I'm trying to remember if Yarno has one and Blizzard doesn't, because that's also what he could be waiting on. Because, yeah, because Casper would be second right now. Has Lee got a penalty? Let me check that. He's not got a penalty, but he's not quite close enough to Yarno. He's got to catch up, because now Prelez, he's now up into 6th place on them softs, so it's working. He could probably catch Nolan as well. So, does Blizzard know about Yarno's penalty? Will he go for it? Because I think he will go for it, you see. But if it goes wrong, there's a potential that this could become VSR 1, 2, 3. Mind you, it'd be CRG 6, what do you call it? VSR and like 5th and 6th, but they're still, it could happen. It could happen as Francis parks it. So that's not going too well, but this is it. The final lap of the series. Hopefully Blizzard doesn't leave it. Hopefully Blizzard has a bit of fun and goes for it. Go on, Blizzard. Let's see a race. Oh, you boring sod. That's a word I haven't used to describe someone. Look at how boring he is. Ugh. Well, he'll still win, I guess, and it'll be VSR 2-3 at the minute, possibly. It keeps switching about a bit. This is a bit boring into the season, isn't it? Unfortunately, we've now got 53 viewers who are sitting there thinking, oh, why aren't we getting a nice lead fight in the last lap? I don't know. These guys don't want it. We're going to have to rely on back markers. They aren't back markers, they're midfielders, but oh, I think CRG will still have it though, because they've still got 3 cars in the top 10. But then again, so VSR have 3 in the top 6. Yellow's ahead. Probably for Francis, frankly. Probably was for him actually, or Nick. One of the other. Anyway, let's see how this all finishes. CRG, I think, will win it. With Blizzard first, and then it's Casper second. Yarno third. Lee 4th. Nolan 5th. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So that'd be VSR 2, 4, 5, and then CRG in 1, 6, 8. Is that enough? Is that enough? Let me get the calculator right. Right, so who gets fastest lap as well? Just in case. VSR. That's good for them. That's good. I hate Mavs. I forgot the points. Do you know what? Connor's been hired for this. Connor, I'm going to ask him to furiously calculate the points. But I think CRG have it. I think. They should have it. As the Red Bulls, well, one of the Red Bulls has a bad day. Right, I'm asking Connor to get some points sorted, but I think it is CRG's title. I don't want to confirm it though, and then be wrong. You know what I mean? So we'll just wait this one out. We'll just wait this one out. While we're waiting for that, we will confirm the race order. Because it was 27 points that they had to recover, VSR. Maybe if Onyx was in that top 10 as well, maybe, but I don't think so. Especially with CRG taking the race win as well. It has to be C. It has to be. Has to be. But I just want to wait and confirm it. I'm sure you understand that. Right? Right. Well, while we wait for that, who's won the McMahon Award? Francis. Yay. We love you, Francis. We do. Penalties. Ah, good stuff. Connor's come with the points. And yes, Connor, I know it's clear. I just wanted to be sure. So yeah, CRG are like 20 points clear, but I just wanted to be absolutely certain on it. You can understand that, right? I don't want a Brazil 08. So yeah, that's it then. Blizzard takes CRG's first win of the season, which is now over. The 4-round championship, the PSGL Livid Cup is over, and CRG, I can, as good as confirm, are champions. We've got VSR second, S2V third, and LRT and LR. And that is that then. Thank you all for watching for the last 2 weeks. I've really enjoyed this, and honestly, the PSGL channel hasn't seen views like this in years. So, maybe not years, but, you know, cheers though. It's been nice to have everyone being nice and active in there. And I've enjoyed it. I don't know if it's all lasted very long though. I don't think people from school really understand this thing. You know, it's quite funny actually. There's someone in school with surname McMahon. I just, it'd be very funny if they ever turned up. That'd be very funny. But there's actually a few thinking about it, because no one knows what the McMahon Award is. For those of you who don't know, which is all of you, I named the McMahon Award after Alfie Jensen McMahon, because I watched 2 races back to back of him. One of them, he got disqualified for having too many penalties. The next was here in Austria, where he won the race and fell to 8. That's why the person with the most penalties is getting the McMahon Award, because he is the worst case of penalties I've ever seen in my entire life in a single night. That's why it's explained. I actually explain it every week, and no one ever understands it. Anyway, I think I'm starting to ramble again, so I'm gonna end this one off. You please do subscribe though. Do subscribe to PSGL, because we've got actual league racing. You know, we haven't just got wee fun events. We may do more of these in the future. I'm not too sure, but thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you. I'll see you on Monday for PSGL F1. God knows where we are, like, but I know, but I don't know. That makes sense. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday, 8 PM, at whatever race it is, and yeah, hope you all enjoy it. But thanks for all watching, and yeah, safe travels. Good night.